Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have what I hope to be a cool Kubey to share with you guys and gals today. And first I have to say thank you to my subscribers, thank you channel members, and thank you patrons. You guys are making this such an awesome journey. And I'm going to get right in here and get this thing out so we can see what it looks like. First, let me show you the label before I cut it. This is the Kubey KU335B. And it's a pocket folding knife. And this is the Kubey KU322. And if you haven't checked this one out, I have a video on this one. I'm going to do a full review on this bad boy and take it apart. That way you can see what it looks like. But let's get back to the one we're here for. All right. So, ooh, tough unboxing. That was rough. I know, it was rough. Now, this one is supposed to be, as far as I know, it's been a while since I ordered, but I think this one's going to be under 3 inches. I'm just grabbing knives left and right. Let's get in here and check it out. All right. Ooh, yeah, that is cool. It's a cool Kubey. Wow, that is pretty cool. Check out, there's this side. Now, there's the Kubey. Is this direction? Should it be this direction or that direction? I don't know. I guess it's a matter of preference. Here's this side. Ooh, that is pretty cool looking. Pretty cool. Here's the back side. Nice and clean. I'm telling you what, just from the first feels, it's still cold from being in the mailbox. I couldn't wait too long on this. Got some nice jipping going on right there. Ooh, you want to see what the blade looks like? So it's not a flipper. This one is just, it's going to be a pinch open, or this better be tuned well for reverse flicks. All I got to say. Let's give it a try. Ooh, yeah. Kapow, right in the kisser. Give you a nice look. What do you think, huh? What do you think? We're going to check this all out, go over the fit, finish, action, ergos, all that fun stuff. First, I'll tell you what, let's do the specs in less than 60 seconds. All right, let's see what she weighs. Definitely over 4, not 5. I'm going to go right in the middle, 4.5. And it is 4.62. Yes, that's pretty darn close. I will take it all day long. Now, if you know, you know. Are you ready? Are you set? Let's go. So your total length from tip to tip is 7.63 inches. You have what I'm calling a modified Tonto blade with D2 blade steel and a really nice satin finish. Your total blade length is 2.91 inches, so you're safe if you're in one of those 3-inch law areas. Your sharpened blade length is 2.55 inches. Right here at the dip, you're 1.22 inches high, and your blade stock thickness is 121 thousandths of an inch. Your thickness behind the edge was pretty consistent, around 15 thousandths of an inch. You have a really nice G10 for the handle. Your close length from tip to tip is 4.15 inches. Your handle width right here is 1.28, and then right here at the tallest point, you're 1.78 inches. Your handle thickness is just a hair over half an inch of 0.51, and you have a thumb hole for opening. And what's in the pivot? Well, you already know. We're going to find out because we're going to take it apart. We're going to break it down. We're going to disassemble it. I take a breath. You have a liner lock that's stainless steel, and check this out, a reversible pocket clip, which we'll get up and nice and close and look, and T8 body screws. And this is an in-house design. Your model number is the KU335, and this one is the KU335B. Before I get to tell you, there are 3 versions. There's the black G10, and then there's the yellowish orange G10. One of them is the KU335A, that's the black, and then the KU335C is the yellowish orange. You tell me whether it's orange or yellow, I don't know. But anyway, with my discount code, it's in the description. You already know every knife that I show in the video, I'll have a link in the description going straight to it. These are $39 at White Mountain Knives, so you can't beat it. So I want to check out and see what this factory edge is with a little bit of thin paper here. What's it going to do right out of the box? Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, that is... Look at that. Just pushing straight through it, nice and sharp. Let's get all nice and close here and take a look. Look at that satin finish. That is nice. That is very nice. Very, very nice. And then I like their pivot. I really do like their pivot. And there's some texture vision for you. Man, that is grippy. It's not aggressive. It's like perfect. It has all kinds of grip for days. And look at that big old T8 hardware. And you have a place for your lanyard if you want a lanyard. Going all the way around. I like that the liners are not inset. That always gives it a more premium feel. That's me personally. Of course, it's all subjective. And then here's your pocket clip. Look at that. No mushrooms growing in the shade. It's not inset, but you know, if it was, it would probably cost more. You probably wouldn't be able to get it for so cheap. And this is pretty interesting, and I'm not sure if that serves a purpose. We'll find out when we check out the ergos. Let me see how it goes in and out of my pocket. Yeah, it's not going to come out of your pocket. I can tell you that already. It's almost kind of aggressive. This has some really good texture to it. But moving all the way to the other side, there's no blade markings other than the D2. So you have a nice, clean, really clean blade. Other than that, on this side, you have the Kubey symbol, which isn't too bad. That's very nice, very, very nice. And how about your blade centering? Let's see what that looks like. Man, that is a nice tip, too. That's a strong tip. You got to have a strong tip. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, check that out. Dead centered, and that is not a splinter getter. That is a tough tip. And how about, let's see what our lockup is. Lockup's about, I'd say about 35. Yeah, about 35-ish%. And how does it feel? Rock solid, no lateral play, no up or down, lefty or righty. It is rock solid. For size comparison, here's a QSP Penguin. Everybody has to have a Penguin, right? Look at that. It's right on the money. Maybe just a hair wider. And I'm going to lay it out. You guys already know. Do you have one? Do you not? Let's see. Here is the Spyderco Para 3. And I'm going to do some zoomage. Here's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So, you know what? It's kind of like right in between, just a little bit. Your cutting length has pretty much the exact same cutting length as the Spyderco Para 3. And here's a couple more fun ones. The Civivi Riffle. And then the Petrified Fish Bunta. Everyone loves this one. This is the PF868. Had to double check my numbers. It is nice when they're on there so you don't have to double guess yourself, second guess yourself. And then here is the ever so widely popular 80-20.5 from Demco. And of course, the QSP Penguin. If you don't have a Penguin, what? They're only like $32. And you can get them in every color in the rainbow. So there's a QSP Penguin. It's about the same length as the Penguin, so it's not a super long knife. And then you have a little more length with the 80-20.5. And I'm going to put this big boy up there, the Kubey KU344. I really, really like this one. I'm telling you what, I have a video on this one too. You can go check it out. And here's the Kubey. Speaking of Kubeys, here's the KU344. But bunch of Kubeys. So there's the 344 and the 335 and the 322. Don't ask me how I remember that. I have no idea. And two more really awesome knives. Here is the mini sheepdog, the Kaiser mini sheepdog. And here's the full-size sheepdog non-flipper. So, you know what? It's kind of right in the middle. It's right in between. Oh, that's very interesting. Very interesting. So your handle on the sheepdog's just a tad longer, but this one, I think what's going to make the difference is it's higher, so it's going to give you a better grip. Before I forget, you've got to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, you don't want to miss what's coming up on Beez Blades. And right next to it, hit that bell button, and right above the bell button, hit all. That's how you won't miss what's coming up. So let's check out. Look at this. I'm almost expecting, because it seems like they almost always have a flipper. This is very nice. If you're one of those folks, and there's a ton of you that don't want the flipper, man, look at that. I mean, would you look at it? Let's go. Are you ready? Pow, right in the kisser. Oh, and look at that. Oh my goodness. Dropping. I wouldn't call it, let's see. So it get a little bit of shaky shake, but if you just hold that down and you're one of those folks that likes to hit your thumb and put dents in your thumb, you could do that all day long. It is very snappy. How about the detent? That detent is just dialed in. Can I do it left-handed? That's the question. Oh, yeah. And there it is. We've got pass-through, men and women. Oh, yes. Here's your pass-through. Check that out. It's very comfortable. Some light jimping going on right there. It's just enough to help grab. And look how easy. Yes, that's how I like it. That's how I like it. Nice and comfortable. I don't have to dig my finger in there. I'm really liking that. Oh my goodness. So can we do it with the thumb? Oh yes, all day long. It is very smooth. I mean, it's already very smooth. Check it out. Yeah. I wonder what's going to be after we take it apart and clean it up and put a little bit of Lube in there. We're about to find out. First, let's do the ergos. From here to here, my hand's 4 inches. From here to here is 3.5. From the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And pow! Wow, I like that. There's your grip. Oh my goodness, it fills the hand so well. Yes. See, if it was I'm having too much fun. So if it wasn't so wide and it was thinner, I don't think it would be as comfortable, but I really like how it's wider or it has more height to the handle. It gives me such an easy grip. So if your hand is the size of mine or bigger, you're going to be good. If your hand was extra large, your pinky would still wrap around here. But I have plenty of room for days. And then look here. I wouldn't call that a finger choil per se. It's like an oversized sharpening choil. You can get up in there. You can get up in there and do some push cuts. Oh, yeah. And, ooh, have some nice jimping. That jimping is the kind I like. Look at that. Can you hear it? Yeah, it's not aggressive, but it's the kind that grabs your skin and doesn't let go. Locks you in place. So if you want to do some cutting like that, or if you want to get up in there, oh, yes, look at that. Look at that. Would you look at it? You could just really get up there to do some pull cuts. Oh, and, oh, okay. I thought see here how the tip is in line with the pivot? I learned that from Jared Neves over at Neves Knives. Go check him out for some reason if you haven't seen his channel. And he makes a great point. I do a lot of utility cutting, and this one is going to be easy to do utility cutting. I don't have to tip my wrist up too high. Look at that. Very nice and comfortable. I'm liking it. I'm not feeling any hot spots whatsoever. None. I mean, none. That pocket clip is not bothering me at all. It's just the right amount. And I like how it comes up and then evens out instead of sticking straight up where it gets into my hand. So the ergos are fantastic. They are super. I have no issues. I tell you what, let's take this apart and then we'll come back and do final thoughts. If you want to take a screenshot, this is everything you need to clean and take care of your knives. Take them apart, disassemble them, and look, it's really that easy. Get you some KPL knife pivot lube. Of course, I have 10% off discount codes in the description to KPL. They have way more than just the lube though. They also have these awesome swabs. I call them my doodads. There's things to keep your knives from rusting. They have their own brand of thread locker. This is just what I have on hand. And there's a link to everything you see here in the description to make it easy. Make sure you get the right thing. And don't get a cheap set. Get a Weehaw bit set. You'll find out when you strip your bits. You don't want to strip your bits. And check this out. If you need 2 bits, 2 drivers, boom, there you go. You have another driver. All right. All right, so let's get inside this knife. Are you ready? Let's do it. Which side are we going to go from? Well, you obviously can't go from this side, so you got to go from over here. And I know some of you, this is your first time watching. Welcome. Welcome to the Beez Hive. And if you're not a channel member and you're not a patron, the one way you can support is by saying something in the comments of this video. Say anything. Just say hi. It helps support the channel. Everybody that's supporters of Beez Blades already knows. They already know. Check this out, how easy that came out. And by the way, there are endless amounts of bit drivers you can get. You can get these, you can get these. I'll put a link in the description to this one. And this is from Good Screw. This was a gift to the channel. And then I'll see if these are still available. I always put links in the description. And do we have any thread locker on there? It doesn't really look like it. And me, myself, I don't use thread locker unless I need it. But that's because I check my knives all the time. And if you don't, you might want to use some. If you do use some thread locker, just use a tiny little bit on the end of a toothpick, just enough to get on the threads, and then leave it for at least 24 hours. And here's an example. See, they had thread locker on there. There's your screw. Nice little body screw with T8. Now, to get this pocket clip off, these are T6s. Get these T6s out of there. Everything's coming apart nicely, very, very nicely. Big old long screw dad. Little bit of Loctite on there. So this is my chance, you guys. If you're part of the crew, you already know Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. Yeah, every Friday night, 8:15 to 11:15 p.m. We have more fun than you can shake a stick at, or you can stake a shick at. You tell me. So I have a piece of microfiber cloth with some rubbing alcohol on it. Use that to clean it off. That it dries really quickly. I just cut these into pieces. There's some little pieces, but you can use an old t-shirt or anything like that. You know, just make sure it's clean. So let's see. Is it going to come apart easily? I'm going to go ahead and open my blade and let's see what happens. Look at that. Pops right off. So this is what it looks like. It's already pretty clean. I'm just going to wipe it off. But yeah, this is my time. I got to plug the live show because if you haven't come to the lives, you're missing it. I'm telling you, the best community in the world. The knife community is absolutely awesome. We have so much fun. We talk about knives, anything else that comes up, and just stop by. You don't have to say hi. You don't have to say anything. Nobody can see you. But if you hit the notification bell and hit all, you'll get notified half an hour before the show starts. You can be like, Oh yeah, let me creep in here and see what's happening. You know, you can do a little bit of lurking. So here's your ball bearings. Look at that. Really nice looking ball bearings. And those are black, so they're probably going to be ceramic. Another reason why this is such a smooth working knife. I'm going to clean them off. Nice and clean and give you a nice close-up look. Look at that. Would you look at it? I love those things. Those things are awesome. I sound like a broken record, but I can't help it because I know there's folks, this is the first time you've seen one. And here's a little trick. If you're new to this and you want to see whether they're steel bearings or they're ceramic, just get you a magnet and it'll stick if they're steel. But these are not. They are not. So I'm got this. I'm going to clean this out really well. It's not that dirty, but see that stuff inside there? That is going to make a difference how well the action works. We're going to get all that out right now. And how hard, difficult is it? Not at all. Just pop it. Look, see there? Oh, yeah. This is going to smooth it up. It's going to be smooth. Very smooth. I'm just kind of digging the edge of my fingernail in there. And then I'm going to get one of the little swabby doodads and go around the little edges and make sure I get it all nice and cleaned out. Not that it was super dirty, but every little bit counts that you get out of there. It's going to make a difference. See there what we got out of there? Yeah. Very nice. So I have to say, you Beez Bladers are doing an absolute amazing job. Your support, the way you support the channel, it is amazing. I have to say. All of you that always comment on every video is totally awesome. And another thing to add to that is, you know, on Friday nights, besides the regular giveaway, a lot of times we'll do 2 giveaways, but also there's random giveaways where I just go to a video and I pick somebody that made a comment and they win something. And why? Because it's fun. Everybody likes to win stuff. Am I right? And here's a look at that. Really nice and clean. Nice and clean. And do we have a D-shaped pivot? Let's look here. Focus. It is not a D-shaped pivot, but look here. There's your answer. See that notch right there at the end of my finger? That notch is going to stop. Where is it? Which side? Which side am I looking at? Here you go. This notch right here is what stops it. And that's going to fit. See in between my fingers? That notch is going to fit right in there. And that's what's going to keep it from spinning. Very nice. Very, very nice. Second best thing next to having a D-shaped pivot. So I'm just making sure everything's wiped off and nice and clean. Here's your stop pin. Not much to it. That's what's going to stop your blade from spinning. It's going to stop it when it opens and stop it when it closes. So look at that. There's your knife. It's a nice, simple design. I like simple. I'm all about simple. Let's go ahead. I remembered, all of you that always catch me when I forget the KPL heavy, I remembered this time. All right, so here, this is your detent ball. That's what keeps the blade shut, or yeah. So see this half moon right here? I'm going to be really careful and see if I can non-heavy hand it. Ah, yes. And then I'm just going to follow this little line of mine, just a little bit. That's plenty. And get the fuzzy off, a little tactical fuzzy. Sometimes I'll get a tactical cat hair in there, but that'll make that nice and smooth, And then here's your ball bearing, or not your ball bearing, but your detent ball. That's ceramic, and that's what's going to slide across that path. All right, let's go ahead and put it together. So let's see. I'm going to put this bad boy. Now, this bottle of KPL, I squeeze it too hard, so I use these little doodads, and that fuzzy just won't go away. All right, so hopefully I'm doing this where you can see it. Let me see, make sure you were focused. Sometimes my focus needs more focus. You know, I love that line. I got that line from a movie that came out a long time ago. Your focus need more focus, and I can't help it. I just really like it because, you know, I do tend to sometimes lose focus. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes I'm like, okay, reel it back in. Now I'm going to put this back on here, just like that. Just like that. Puts a little KPL on there. So I use these doodads so I don't use too much because you don't need that much. You don't need to drown it. You don't need to drown it. And let's see, we're going to go like that. So I'm going to put it like this in the open position. Why? Because I can. And then I'm going to put this one, see the open side? I'm going to put the open side of the bearings facing into this indentation right here, facing downwards, like a downward dog. But I really love you guys. I really appreciate you. You just don't know how much it means to me when I get on there and you have left a comment. And, you know, like I said, even if you don't have anything to say about the knife or an opinion about the knife, I love it when you're like, hey, what's going on? I had steak and potatoes or whatever. It's just nice knowing you're dropping in to say hi. It's really, really cool. All right, so we have everything lubed up. Everything's lined up. I mean, man, this is nice and simple. So if you get one of these, you're going to see if you want to take it apart, if you get it dirty, get it all dirty and grimy, man, it is not going to be hard to take apart and clean at all. Not at all. Just put a little more lube on there. Yeah, I like using these swabs. I'm telling you. And I think I already said it before. I do have links in the description where you can get all this stuff. Makes it easy. And if you want to support the channel, you can use my link. Not to mention, you can get 20% or 10% off. Oh, 20 would be nice, wouldn't it? All right, so there's that. I got it back together. I'm going to put the scale on. And let's see how she feels. Everything lining up like it's supposed to. It seems to be. Let's go ahead and put the pivot in and see what she feels like. Here's the question. Is it a she or a he? Is your knife a she or a he? And this just popped in my head. Does anyone ever name their knives? That is a question I have. I never have, but you know, I bet there's folks that have. Now, I don't know. Maybe let's see if it's lining up. I'm going to tighten this all the way. Okay, there it goes. So I'm going to get that kind of tight with a couple fingers, and then we'll put this body screw back in here. But yeah, does anyone here ever name your knife? Or you call it anything different than your knife? Like you ask your wife or your girlfriend or significant other, hey, will you go grab, what do you call it? Is there anything other than my knife? Go get the knife. And speaking of my very lame attempt at a Australian accent, I really, 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 really appreciate all of the folks that comment from all over the planet. It is absolutely awesome. We have Beez Bladers in Australia, the Philippines, Austria, Germany, Italy. It is so cool. And when they make comments, I just use the translator, so I'm able to talk back. It is absolutely awesome. This community is so awesome. So let's see what it feels like. Are we centered? Just about. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have some blade play. I got to tighten it up some more. Let's do this and make sure I have everything clicked in where it's supposed to be. Do I have, oh, see, I found the problem. It wasn't tightening all the way because I had that pivot crooked. It's not in the spot where it's supposed to be. Otherwise, we would have been chickama spaza. All right, let me get this pivot. Will I be able to turn it and get it where I want it without, yeah, okay. So I just pushed on the other side so I can turn it and get it to where it wants to be, to where it'll get in that locked position. Let's see. Can we do it without taking the whole knife back apart? That's the question. If we have to, we will. Oh, there we go. Got a little snap action. Very nice. Yeah, I wondered because I had it tightened all the way down and there was still some play. It was because I didn't have that pivot down in that notch. And that was the problem. So let's see if that fixes or if I got it right on the notch. We'll know here in just a second. Now it's tightening down. I think we're going to be good. No blade up a little bit. Oh yeah, now we're rock solid. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, there we go. That was the answer. Dead centered. How's the action? Oh yeah, let's go to the big screen. So we're back. So what do I like about this knife? Well, pretty much everything about it. I love the ergos. It has phenomenal ergos. There's no hot spots at all. All the edges are very nice and chamfered. Look at that. Very nice. Very, very nice. They took off. Chamfering, in case you didn't know, is when they take the sharp edges off of something. They take it from 90 degrees and kind of make it smoothed off or squared off. Nothing sharp. Nowhere. I mean, it is comfortable. And oh my goodness, the action got even better. Look at this. I mean, all day long. You can let it drop and hit your thumb if you want. Absolutely great action, great ergos. And then look at this, sharpening toil for days. So I can't think of any negative feedback to give you at this point. It goes together very well. You take it apart really easy. It's a nice solid feeling knife. Dead centers, no problem. I like it. And for the price, I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So let me know what you think about it. Give me some opinions, and if you don't have an opinion, that's totally cool too. Tell me what you had for breakfast. You already know. But until then, make sure you live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.